Welcome everyone to the Gemini full moon ceremony. Today's December 17th. I'm Kathy Forrest. I'm so excited that you're here. There is a lot going on. So let's begin by calling in sacred space. I'm going to stand. You can stand if you want. You don't have to, but I always like to. So everyone take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, drop your grounding cords down into the earth. And then inhale, draw that earth energy up through your body. Send it up and out through the top of the head. Connect with the heart of the Great Mother above. Inhale, draw that cosmic energy down. Send it all the way down into the earth and activate that as above, so below flow through your body. Breathing in and breathing out, activate the as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give thanks for the ability to be in a body at this time. Moving to the south, we welcome water. We welcome clear, clean, current, emotional energy. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, and clarity. Moving to the east, we welcome fire, movement, passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome the divine in all of its forms. We call that beautiful sacred energy down. We call up Mama Gaia to pull that energy through us. We welcome our own sweet, extraordinary soul into the circle. We ask that all these energies be with us, pray with us, dance with us today for our mutual benefit. Hope. All right, everyone, I'm going to get some music up here. I want everyone to get up and move your bodies. Here we go. on. I know everybody's ready to hear what the heck's going on out there. Oh, we already did that. So I don't really think that any of you need to feel into your bodies. I know many, many people have reported into me all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Paranormal activity is showing up. Lots of catastrophes, things that you can't even imagine. I mean, all the people in the states in Kentucky that are just devastated, and buildings collapsing, and just all kinds of weird stuff. So if that hasn't been affecting you, bless you. You're in a sweet spot. Stay there. But I want to share part of the reason these things are going on and how you can maneuver them. So here's the first thing. The first thing is today's the full moon, tonight, 11:36 p.m. Eastern time. So once again, you all know this, any Gemini full moon is great for releasing. You know, we always release with the full moon. As the moon gets smaller, anything we want to release gets smaller with it. Gemini is all about learning and communication and actually having fun, teaching. So anything around those areas, like releasing blockages to more fun and joy in your life, is a great one for this time. And variety, you know, Gemini, I have a Gemini sun sign, so I like to play. I like to have fun. It's also about communication and how you get along with people. And what's really driving the car with all of this is this thing. Hang on here, let me get my pointer. The Saturn-Uranus square. It's like the biggest important aspect in 2021 and in 2022. So those two guys playing together, I mean, it's been dictating. Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto have been dictating our outcomes for the past 3 years. So it's still at it. And the full moon gives this square lots of extra power. So think about what Saturn is about. Saturn is all about structure, you know, coloring inside the lines, planning for the future, you know, budgeting, setting things up so that future generations have a planet to come to. All of those kinds of things. And so if we've been not paying attention to those things, then Saturn, and I like to think of Saturn, you know, I know a lot of people think of it as hardcore masculine energy. I like to think of it as grandmother energy. And that really, when I learned to do that, that really shifted my relationship with Saturn. Saturn is like a wise grandmother coming in and saying, you know, if you keep that up, the outcomes that you're going to have in the future aren't going to be beneficial. Maybe you need to make some adjustments. And so any place where you've been coloring outside the lines a little too much, or you've been sitting back and resting and not really making those choices that are going to support, excuse me, future generations, Saturn's going to come in and shake that up. Uranus is all about expansion and totally unexpected things happening. So you put those two together and, you know, it's like the grandmother saying, I told you that was going to happen if you didn't get these things squared away. So this full moon, anything that you need to release around that, you know, maybe release your resistance to doing the right thing. Maybe release any blockages that are standing in your way from living the life that you came here to live or doing what you came here to do, tonight's the night to do that. Uranus also encourages us to be our authentic self and follow our intuition and use our gifts to serve others. Here we go. Saturn invites you to be more mature, responsible, and consistent. Saturn would love to see you make the best use of your time and where appropriate, plan the work and work the plan. Finally, set appropriate boundaries. You know, a lot of times, a lot of us are givers, and a lot of times we give to an excess when we really should be setting up boundaries, because you get to a certain point and giving isn't beneficial anymore. It's not beneficial for the person receiving, and it's not beneficial for you if you're over giving. So begin to think about, where do I need to tighten things up? There's another aspect with Jupiter, and Jupiter's associated, of course, with higher learning. It's all about big, beautiful expansion, but it can also be about wisdom. And because Jupiter's in Aquarius, anything can happen. You know, Aquarius is out of the box thinking, all of that big air energy coming in. So Jupiter in Aquarius, lots and lots and lots of unexpected and adventurous out of the box things can happen. Now, the other thing, and I think this one is, and this is by far not all of them, but I think these are the powerhouse things that are causing a lot of the upheaval around us, is Venus and Pluto have been dancing together. And Venus just went retrograde and will be energetically conjunct with Pluto through the end of the year. Pluto is all about showing us things that are hidden and showing, and you know, Venus is relationships, money, creativity, all the things that in our physicalness on the planet are important to us. So any place where we didn't know we were misbehaving, or maybe we did know, we were just hoping we could get away with it, Pluto's going to pull the plug on that, because this planet needs to shift. She is shifting, and it's our job to keep up. So getting in right alignment with your higher self, with what you know is the right thing to do, what you've been being prodded to do over and over and over again, and maybe you just haven't gotten around to it. Pluto and Venus are not going to stand for that anymore. It's just going to get yanked. So if you've been having difficulties with money, if you've been having difficulties in relationships, this is what's driving that car. And it's not going to let up. It just means it's time. It's time to change your way of thinking, to change, you know, Gemini, change your way of thinking, change your way of doing business, change your way of getting along with others. So like I said, relationship, creativity, and finances are massively amplified. So any kind of intention you need to set around those things, now's the time to do it. Venus spends over half of this retrograde energetically conjunct Pluto. Okay, so all those unexpected things, all those places where Pluto says you need to get this lesson now, they're going to show up. And then she retrogrades entirely in Capricorn. So Capricorn is just like Saturn. Capricorn and Saturn are one and the same. So all of those places where we need to be planning ahead, We need to think about the future. We need to create a budget. We need to do what we know we need to do. It's all going to be here right now. So this moon, this full moon, invites you to mull over your business relationships, your income and how you earn it, the role creativity plays in your work. Is your work situation fair and harmonious to yourself, to others that work under you, to people that you work with? All of those things are going to come into play if they haven't already. So practically speaking, the down and dirty of it is, how's your money? How's your relationships? Are your relationships as productive as you want them to be? How's your creativity? If you're doing creative things, are you sharing them so that they can serve others? And then, you know, we asked this question last month, but it keeps showing up. What is that one great big thing that if you could be rid of it would change everything, that you want to be done with once and for all? This is the moon cycle, fittingly at the end of 2021, where you can release it. So once again, when we think about this Venus-Pluto dance, I want you to know that it started on 11/22, both power numbers. It doesn't end until January 12th. And the first 3.5 weeks of Venus retrograde. So when a planet is retrograde, it's not necessarily a time to move forward. It's usually a time to contemplate, to release resistance, to really mull over how you want to move forward in a little bit. So we have that piece, the Venus piece, and then Pluto, once again, likes to reveal that hidden truth. So it's a good time to look at your relationships. The energies of Pluto and Capricorn can help you more easily see your relationship dynamics unflinchingly and from a more objective perspective. So questions you may want to ask: is a specific relationship helping you move toward your goals? Is it making you wealthier? And wealth can be anything, not just money, anything you value. And is it helping you stand more fully in your power? And if it's not, really evaluate that. What is it giving you? So if it's not serving a purpose that is beneficial to everyone involved, if it feels more like an anchor and a drag on your energy, what can you do to up-level it? It doesn't mean you have to end that relationship, but you might have to set new rules, new boundaries. You might have to renegotiate how you're going to be together with people, period. I think that's a theme for all of us. This planet was designed to be a planet of love. And we are still trying to encourage people to do that. It's not something that comes naturally for them anymore. So it's time to reevaluate and refocus and get ourselves back in alignment with all of the things that we know are good. So I'm going to give you a little time to journal with these questions you may want to ask yourself. What am I ready to heal or release once and for all? Do I need to improve my relationship with money? I'm going to say yes, 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 every single time. I don't care where you are with money. We can all stand to improve that relationship. That relationship is fundamental. It is a great measuring stick for where we are in every other single aspect of our lives. If you don't have that relationship down, other things in your life are going to go wonky. And the reason is because that's the place that we like to keep hidden. A lot of us like to hide in that area. We don't want to talk about it. We think money is bad. In the physical world, it's a necessary tool that makes all the other things around us work better. So really look at that. What do I need to work on in my relationships? And of course, what do you want to create in 2022? So I'm going to give you a few minutes to journal with those questions. And then I pulled cards for this one and they are amazing. I pulled lots of cards we haven't ever pulled before. So I really can't wait to share those with you. Journal with these for just a minute and then we'll move into the card pull. I'm going to give you another little minute here, and then we're going to move on. Okay, let's move into, and this is my card deck, Alchemy Tools of the Profitable Priestess. So I thought this was very fun and interesting. The card that I pulled in the Earth Door is receiving in the physical. So this is a huge aspect that we're looking at under this full moon. It says the beauty of this planet is that there are many ways to receive, as many ways to receive as there are givers and receivers. We can receive love with our emotions. We can receive information with our minds. We can receive energy by engaging our passions and action. One of the wonderful ways to receive is in the physical realm. In fact, all those other ways are pretty much contingent upon receiving in the physical. We literally need a physical body to engage all those other ways of receiving. This way of receiving is literally written in the stars. The archetypal energy of Capricorn, an earth sign, lives in the north door on the cosmic map. The north is traditionally known as the receiving door. Sometimes many of us grow up with stories that keep us blocked from receiving in the physical realm. That's what we need to release during this moon cycle. We may not feel we deserve to receive. We may not feel like we should, or we may feel like we should always be giving rather than receiving. It helps to remember that we're designed to receive in the physical realm. That was truly part of the plan. We have to receive in the physical because we live in the physical realm. So ask yourself, what are those old stories that are blocking you from receiving? Where do you need to open and allow yourself to receive in the physical? So I'll give you a minute with that one. And once again, just know I will be sending out a recording and the slides. So you'll have all of this information if you want to go back and journal with it again later. So then in the water door, down in the south, I pulled connection. Once again, that relationship piece is showing up. Water as an element has connective qualities. It can bind other substances together. This binding quality can turn random vegetables into soup and pigments and canvas into a painting. Connection between humans can dispel loneliness, lower stress, generate love, and heal wounds. The connective powers of water are rich and deep. They are here to serve you. Where do you need more connection? So just connect with water for a moment and see if water has anything else to share with you about connecting. And then in the air door, so we've moved to the horizontal axis, the masculine axis. I pulled far sight. So once again, that theme of Capricorn and Saturn and looking to the future. Imagine an eagle soaring high above the earth. Eagles are said to have the best sight of any bird and have often been associated with the air realm. This is because they have the ability to look ahead, to see what's coming. They also fly high so they can get a big picture vision of the landscape below. As we create our lives, we too need to develop the ability to rise high so that we can see far into the future. What effects are our actions having on the generations to come? That is such a potent question right now. How will we do right? Or how will we do what is right? How will we do right now? How will what we do right now influence the future? So little things. If you're not recycling, oh my goodness, recycle. What are the little incremental things you can do right now that can change the world? Plant trees, give to tree sisters, do something to shift the trajectory of what we've created. Where do we need to be mindful of those coming after us? In our own creations, what do we need to know about the future so that we can create in a good way today? I'll give you a minute with that. Like I said, these are all so potent. They hang together so well and really blend with the themes of this day. And then the fire door, I pulled rhythm. Rhythm is the organizing element of fire and movement. When we move in a systematic, rhythmic way, our movement becomes organized and directed toward a specific outcome. We don't waste energy. We use our energy efficiently. Everything on this planet has its own rhythm, from the cycles and the seasons in nature to the life cycle of an insect. When we begin to learn and understand the rhythms of this planet we call home, we can better harness those energies and work in sync with them. Once again, this helps us use our energy wisely. Where do you need to become more rhythmic with your actions? Where do you need to align with the rhythms of the planet to enhance your creative abilities? So I want to commend all of you. Showing up for ceremonies like this is one of the ways you can align with the rhythms of this planet. Showing up every new moon, every full moon, setting intentions, utilizing the rhythm of the planet to move yourself forward and moving with the rhythm of the planet so that you support her is another theme of this card. And then Crystalline Consciousness, the spirit card. So this is a theme that's very close to my heart. Out beyond the electromagnetic field of our bodies and of this planet lives another realm of consciousness. Some people refer to this realm as the sacred geometry realm, but it is the realm of crystalline consciousness, otherwise known as Indra's net. This level of consciousness is like a high-powered supercomputer that stores, utilizes, and processes information at a much faster pace than we are used to when we work in the electromagnetic field. Around 2004, this realm became accessible to us. And in 2012, the planet totally shifted to this new operating system. When you feel sluggish, heavy, or are just literally moving slow, shifting to crystalline consciousness can give you an added boost. So the question becomes, do you need to shift your perspective to a higher level of vibration, which would be crystalline consciousness? And then I also pulled a money card for all of us, a prosperity card, because that's really one of the big aspects of this whole configuration. And of course, I pulled budget. It's the perfect card for today. I know that this is considered a dirty word sometimes. It took me years to begin to befriend this word and allow it to work for me. And there are many games we can play with ourselves that cause us to avoid or ignore this practice. But there are also games we can play that help us get into the habit of doing it. For instance, rather than feeling like it's a cage that keeps you from enjoying life, begin to see it like a plan, a roadmap, a guide. When I do my budget at the beginning of every month, I see it as placing my order to the universe. The mindset I hold is this: I am here to do a job for the universe. I am in alignment with my purpose and I am doing my job. Here's the list of things I'm going to need in order to do that job, along with their cost, line by line. Then I total it and put it away. I may check in with it in the middle of the month and then at the end to see how I was doing. And I allow the universe to bring me what I need. And in turn, I use those gifts as I said I would. This all comes with an attitude of allowing myself to be provided for, so that receiving in the physical, rather than feeling confined and limited. It also helps me see what's coming and to be prepared for any unforeseen events, which is a big theme with Capricorn and Saturn. Try it this way for a few months and see what happens. My experience is that I always have more than I budgeted, and that goes in the savings. Thanks, Heather. It works. Way changed my perspective. It's been years ago that I shifted to this, but before that, I could not budget to save my life. But now I wouldn't miss it. I wouldn't miss a day, and it makes it fun. It does make it completely different, for sure. Okay, so I want everybody, before we take a moment. You're welcome, Luna. Take a moment, everyone, and write an intention for this moon cycle. I've given you tons of information. What intention do you want to set? Don't do more than 3. Just everything that we've talked about. What do you want to release? And if any of you need things to put on that intention list, I want you to know there's new everything coming in 2022. There's a new round of Sacred Rhythms and Body Wisdom Boot Camp that's going to start on January 2nd, right out the gate, because that's the first new moon. They'll both be offered together on the first day. And Sacred Rhythms is the Moon Lodge Circle. Body Wisdom Boot Camp is a 21-day body cleanse that we do together. New Earth Priestess is starting the first week of January. Profitable Priestess is starting the first week of January. New Earth High Priestess and Profitable High Priestess are starting in February. And that Crystalline Consciousness card we pulled, there are techniques known as Crystalline Consciousness why can't I think of the word? The Crystalline Consciousness technique. And that training begins again in January. So watch your inbox, because an email will come that explains all of those things and how you can get in on them. All right, everyone, we're going to dance. And as we dance, I want you to hold the intention that you're activating your intention in this moon cycle. When we do a ceremony like this, we literally sync ourselves up to the rhythms of this planet. So kudos to you for being here. Here we go. Let's all dance. Hi, Dominique. All right, everyone. That was fun. Thanks for joining me. And everyone I don't care what you're celebrating, everybody's celebrating something. Have a blessed holiday. And I will catch many of you at the new moon next month. And the rest of you, I will catch at the full moon. It's not a moon until we've danced. I love that. All right. Yeah, so much good juju in there. Okay, I'm going to stop the share, let everybody see everyone, and that way we can close the circle easily. Oh, Lita, hello, and Jean, look at all of you. You look so beautiful. All right, everyone, have a good one. And there's Christina. And Melinda, feels like the priestess circle is gathered again. And Sarah, all right, everyone, have a good one. I will see you soon. Much love.